if topaz, if you're, what is it, March, right? March babies, topaz?
I think
topaz.
so, yes, yes.
Is for March babies, this could be your birthstone bracelet.
Look, I'm an October baby and I want this for my birthday bracelet. 60% off. They were $100. We're not talking glass. These are all gemstones. You have your spinel, you have your white topaz, and then you have your blend of the two. And let me just remind you that if you are able to be one of the lucky ones to have grabbed the spinel necklace here, it's a must-have. Because for an extra $8 flex pay, you'll have that lovely faceted spinel that will go so beautifully with the necklace. That is just the entire moment of the day. It's even beautiful layered atop a blouse. Okay, I think we're done with the hour. One half done. This was really fun. It's time to start off the hour with a mystery deal, Jay. Let's see, what could it be? How about 55% off? Oh, I love it when it's even more than half off. 5-star rated, the Redskin Turquoise. This is the graduated bead necklace. I know you love your Redskin Turquoise, Jay, because it's so hard to find.
You know how crazy this is? Okay, and really, here again, and again, this, I'm not saying that this design is over the top. It's not, it's just kind of a basic thing that kind of, basic that I do, that I like. They're all freeform beads. They're all hand cut. These are all free forms. The stupidity of this, if you're a turquoise collector, you really, and and here again, I know money's, tight. I mean, I'm not saying break the bank or anything, but these are the kind of things that they do now and then that are just ridiculous. And let me tell you why this is so ridiculous. This is probably one of the more highly collectible, rare turquoises that I currently have. I have very little. I have people that I know that I am sitting on some of this material, this Redskin material, that the price of this, you couldn't even, just the material that it costs to do that, the material alone would be well over $300.
Wow.
Just for the raw material.
Wow, and how about this oh my goodness. You know what, I'm gonna take her off just so maybe I can show you a little bit right
Look
here.
at the size of it, okay, and look at the carat weight on this turquoise.
Here we go.
And this is a natural nugget. Okay, so what this is the natural, we left it natural. Think about this, so these were big natural nuggets, but they weren't real fat. They weren't real so we cut them in half. And I left the surface natural. That's all natural. So that's a natural nugget. And this is Peruvian turquoise. This is the turquoise I was just telling you about. This is the most expensive turquoise that I've ever bought in my entire life. I have never spent more money for turquoise in my entire life. Wow. Than I did for this raw material, rough material. Can you imagine the size of the nugget that was? That's all one piece. And here again, we left it. We could have taken that and smoothed it down, but sometimes the cool things that Mother Nature does, you can't duplicate that. There's no way that you could actually duplicate that look.
It's like having an egg of turquoise, Jay. It's the most beautiful texture.
Isn't that cool? But every one of them's uniquely different in their own right. But you could not duplicate that. That would be impossible to actually make that look.
Well,
oh my gosh, there you go.
Yeah, doesn't that just take your breath away? Just about 30 left in that bracelet, by the way, and I think people get very excited when you have $150 off of the most expensive turquoise that Jay's ever seen, getting it home for $30, that bracelet. So congratulations to anyone who grabbed one, or maybe 3 of those, because when it's that kind of a deal, why not? How about what we're seeing right now on Angie? This is beautiful. This is the Heavenly Well Turquoise, 18.25-inch necklace. Our sale price at $159. That's going to bring your flex pay to $32. Jay, I can't even count the amount of colors I'm seeing right now. It's almost like it's a kaleidoscopic vision. How beautiful is that?
This is not pressed nugget material, guys. These are cut from every single, even the chocolates on that's all pure turquoise.
Yes.
Think of the amount of turquoise raw material and the size of the turquoise pieces that it took to create that. And then you couldn't even, these are the kind of pieces that I have to tell you that this is what Mind Finds is all about. These are things that we can do No one else can do this. No one, number one, has this material, but number two, to even become in at our original price on this, the only way that we can do that is because we're buying mine direct. And this came from a very small copper mine, and this material never, ever made it to the commercial market. You can't buy that material off the commercial market.
Really? Home for $32. How special is that? Very popular from the last hour. We promised you a full presentation. This is the weekly deal drop. You have 3 to choose from. What you're seeing right now is that purple spiny shell. We have in the 400s left on this 18-inch necklace. You have your 2 3/4 extender here, but the drop is nearly 2 inches on those beautiful elongated rectangular stations. Each one is going to be alternated whether you use that, the lapis, which is very limited, by the way, quite limited. It's the one I'm wearing. I love lapis, you know, because I speak so much and everyone says it's supposed to help you with your speaking, and I never stop talking, Jay, if you haven't noticed. I love my lapis. That one's very limited, though. We have about 100 less of the lapis now. The turquoise that you're seeing right there, also limited. We're in the 400s. And then the purple spiny shell. Each one is going to be alternating with the white mother of pearl, and all of them having those rondelle bead accents, both with the lapis, the turquoise, and the spiny oyster that you said is incredibly rare. Only 5% of the oyster shell you find is in this color.
Yeah, and this is, you know, I didn't bring a lot of specimens this time because we got some short shows, but this was one of the ones I pulled from my specimen case. So this is what purple spiny is, okay? When it comes out, when they dive for it, this is what it looks like. Now, these would have spines a little bit more. They will draw blood. And this is a natural oyster shell. So it's a salt water, comes from the oyster shell. Mollusk comes from the Sea of Cortez. Here's how you can tell it's purple. So when you open it up, and they harvest these not only for the oyster, of course, the meat is what they're going for, but they actually, every now and then, they'll actually have pearls in them. Okay, this is the orange, or the purple color, the orange. Purple color, and this is when you buff it off, that's what it looks like. So that's what you're working with, and that's what you're seeing in this design. Less than 5% of the raw material that they get, that they harvest, is this color. Of all the spiny oyster, this is the most coveted.
Are you kidding me?
Of the oyster. There's 3 primary colors when they harvest this shell. So when they dive for this shell, there's orange. Predominantly, the majority of it is orange. The majority of it is orange. That's the common color. And then next, red. Red is the second most common, but the orange is the most common. The purple, I'm telling you, when I'm getting from the, I'm buying from the same divers and families that I've been buying from since the late 70s. Right, so it's like we've known these people forever and ever. It's only found in one location in the Sea of Cortez in the Baja Peninsula. So if you allow them to color sort it, they'll take out all the purple. You won't get a single purple shell because they'll take it all out because they get 3 to 5 times the money for it.
Oh my goodness.
So anybody who wants that, I guess, not to harp on it, but that is one of the really rare occasions that you're going to see the purple spiny.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. And when you pair it with the mother of pearl, it really does tell a story of Mother Nature, too. And I think, you know, this is our best-selling color right now. The whole suite, $56 to get home. That means not just the necklace, but also, here it is, I'm wearing the bracelet here with it. By the way, this purple pairs so beautifully with lapis. If you are a lapis gal and you want to grab both, look how pretty that purple and blue dance with each other. You can grab that bracelet for the $10 flex pay. And then, of course, we have the earrings for the $16. But I will tell you, the spiny shell, we have in the hundreds left in the earrings. I think we have just 135 left in the bracelet. So these will be incredibly limited if you are looking to grab the whole set, and I think many of you are. So comfortable to wear for so much statement, Jay. I mean, this looks like a $1,000 necklace.
But you see this with Ange. Let me tell you something. Okay, like here's the deal. Like if Ange, right? She's beautiful anyway. But I mean, can you imagine, like, I grew up like this, okay? And I grew up in the Southwest. I grew up in northern New Mexico, southern Colorado. Those were my stomping grounds.
Beautiful.
Still are my stomping grounds. But I have to tell you, like, if you live out west, right? And people that are watching now, that they're up early enough and they're watching, they can back this up. Okay, when you see somebody walk in, right, to a restaurant or an event or whatever, and they've got something like this around their neck, then the local people go, wow, somebody spent some money here. I mean, like, this is really exotic looking, it's rich looking, and we're able to do these kind of designs. Like I said, if you don't like this design, you're gonna break my heart, because I actually penciled this out. I did this design. I don't think it's over the top crazy, but it's just a really something unique. It's something different, something like I said, I was going through my sketch pads before I came over here. And the first sketch pad I grabbed, and you have to understand, there's hundreds of these sketch pads. And I was just kind of like reviewing some of the things I'd done. The very first sketch pad I grabbed, it was like a miracle, because I knew this was gonna be on this event. And I opened it, and it was when I did it. And I will tell you, I designed this about 6 years ago. Is actually when I penciled this out. It's taken that long for us to actually put this together and bring it to you. What I love here, though, you get 3 different color selections. What Angie's, I'm a big turquoise fan, right? This is Azure Peaks here again, that's later. And then what Natasha's wearing here, the lapis. And what's key on this is that really super high grade Afghani. It's not a denim lapis, okay? This is that really natural high blue material to do it in free forms. And these were side cuts. The only reason that I was able to actually include lapis in this quality, in this particular design, and we didn't make a lot of them, and I think that they've been doing really well. I think that we're almost, that this morning when we launched this, that we sold the majority of them. But here's the thing with this lapis. This is material that is just not on the market. Now, can you get lapis? Of course, but can you get that high blue color that's not dyed or color enhanced? It really is just not out there. I love this, I love that look. And here again with Ange, you're showing this is that really nice blue, which means it's got a really high copper content. And this is that Azure Peaks turquoise. So again, this is a material, think about this, that you can't even buy. It's one of the 2 turquoises that I got out of Mongolia, but this is no longer available. So the only reason that we're even able to make that design is because over the years I've collected the rough materials and I've stockpiled them.
Wow. When I first looked, I said, okay, it's always lapis for me. It's hard to move away from lapis. The turquoise is spectacular. And yes, I'm a purveyor of turquoise. I don't have anything like this. When you compare this with the mother of pearl and you have those 2 playing with each other there, all of it, from the base here to all these beautiful beads, and then of course your sterling silver too, and the 2 3/4 on the back. I think this one is a must, because imagine this just with the t-shirt and the denim jacket. Now imagine it with the beautiful dress. As you said, you walk in and people say, not only does she know her jewels, not only does she know her stones, but she doesn't just go to the company, she owns the company. Well, this looks like $1,000 piece.
Here again, and these are the kind of designs, and this is what I love about them. Okay, you can dress up with them, you can dress down with them.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, it doesn't really make any difference. One of the key things that I think I'm really most proud of is, number one, we can really bring these high-end looks to you at an affordable price.
Yep.
But we can also, the cool thing is, and when I design, or any of my designers, I know that we always keep this in our mind. We make, do you know the amount of designs that we make that you'll never ever see on the show that go right to our retail outlet? Because they're just so complex. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're so cool and everything, but they're so complex that you really can't produce them. I mean, like, it was just a one of a type thing that you could do. When you're making something like this and you're being able to bring it, it's affordable. Here again, these are gallery type looks. It's really a unique, different look. Where are you ever, think about this, have you ever seen anything like this? Is there any store that you've ever been in that you've actually see something like this? And then back to not only the natural materials, and not only having the design, but actually somebody being able to make them in this grade of these materials, or even have the material to actually be able to do this design.
And to have the whole suite for $56.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you
what's
don't have to
remarkable
buy
to me.
the set,
No.
but the reason I do sets on these, and this is the reason why, okay, and like I say, everybody always watch your budget, right? Don't go over. They make it very affordable for you to be able to do that. But if you want things that actually, as a set, that match, and I know that my wife does, okay, is, you know, that's why if I do a necklace and I have a unique or unusual material, I always do earrings. In this case, we've added a stretch bracelet. So you've got, these were all created at the same time, so they came out of the same lot, rough lots. So you cannot make any of these matchy-matchy. It's impossible because they're natural materials, but they're gonna be as close to matching as you can possibly get.
And I'm wearing the purple here, of course, of that spiny oyster. And then we have the lapis. Oh, I'm seeing the little gold in there. It's so beautiful. The other bracelet I have, it's a little bit of a sneak peek of something coming up. But $10. I mean, the $10 flex pay for this, that's unbelievable. And it's $10 for turquoise, you know, $10 for the beautiful, very rare spiny shell, and of course the $10 for the lapis, all there with the white mother of pearl beads. It will fit, you know, 7 to 7.5 inch wrists. It is gorgeous stretch. All of it stamped 925. You have your, I mean, these are just stunning. And I'm looking at them and I'm saying I would love to play with all three if you're someone who likes to combine your stones. Look how pretty though with this one coming up later, Jay.
Yeah, you know what I love about stretch bracelets is this.
Yes.
I don't know, like I'm getting older, trust me.
No, you're not. Did you fly here today, Jay, in your own plane?
Yesterday.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think we're all right.
Yeah, it was all good. Yeah, there will be a point where I have to give that up, but right now. But the thing is you get older, right?
Yeah.
You want things that are easy to put on, right?
Right.
I mean, like, there's nothing worse than having a really cool design, or you have something that you just love. Like maybe somebody made. I have jewelry. I have cuffs that I just absolutely love. They look really cool, but they are a pain to put on, right? And so that's what I love. Like that's why I love coil wraps and I love stretch bracelet. It's almost a one size fits most. I mean, there is exceptions to every single rule, right? That's the great thing about not only natural materials, but human beings. We're all different in our own right? None of us are exactly identical built together, unless maybe you have like an actual twin or something like that. But the cool thing is that we're all different. The cool thing with stretch bracelets, you can be guaranteed that almost anybody's going to be able to accessorize with these and wear these. And I love this stacked look. Even if you don't get the necklace or you don't get the earrings, what I really love is this look. And you see it a lot, you know, where people are stacking, especially bracelets. It's really kind of a cool look.
And I want to give an update on the lapis bracelet. Did I hear you say 50? Oh no, 50 left on the lapis. I wish I had put my order in ahead of time. The oyster, we only have 5 dozen, and on the turquoise, we have a little over 100. And yeah, with this price, getting them home for $10, and many people are buying more than one. I didn't want to show it right there next to the bracelet in case the cuff that I'm wearing has sold out. It's sold out. I have to move away from her. I don't want to take her off, Jay. Sometimes it's hard. Oh,
Do you love these drops? And I love this, this dangle post. Here again, this was part of my design. Not that, again, I'm not saying I'm a genius, okay? And
you can say
I never even think I'm a genius because anybody who asks my wife will actually confirm the fact that I'm not, right?
Okay, so, that's what all the geniuses say, but all right.
That's why you have wives, right? To keep you humble. I love this look, because I like the dangle post, right? Like I could have done like a fishhook, or I could have done something like that, but I just really wanted to add a little motion to this, and I wanted to keep the color contrast and the color block going on this. So you've got that purple, that perfect post, mother of pearl, set in mother of pearl post earring, and then you've got the beautiful dangler with the cylinder beads in whatever the color, purple spiny, azure peaks turquoise, or that natural lapis, that Afghani lapis.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice that that was the mother of pearl at first.
Yeah, it's mother of pearl at the top.
Oh, that's
so it gives
so
you,
clever.
Yeah, those would, you know what, those would be great just as stud earrings, just have something white. But what's really good is you get the color contrast on that. And then, again, you get motion that dangle down. Especially, like if you wear your hair down, Natasha, right? Like a little bit longer and down. Mm-hmm. The big thing, like Ange wears her hair down. My wife, big thing. Is you've got earrings, but you can actually see them, right? Because they dangle, they have motion to them, they move. So that's one of the things that I really love about earrings is even though you have them on, a lot of times people don't really see them. They don't know you have them. In this case, with the movement, the motion, and also they have kind of an elongating. When you make them long like this, it elongates the jawbone. So it actually kind of slims the face.
This one is so beautiful. I'm looking at it from across the studio. I see those earrings from 30 feet away. They're just beautiful, the turquoise in particular. But if you love that purple spiny, you're not gonna get another chance to get it in the purple. And this lapis is so special. Just only 50 left in the purple. Oh no, okay, gorgeous. The lapis, we have 90 left. These are beautiful. Remember, 56 is your flex payment for the entire suite. If you're loving that necklace, the earring, and even if you just want to grab one, if one of them is something that just brings you joy, because no two are ever going to be alike. And if you're like me and you are always thinking about, what is that stone that I just reach for when I'm not sure how to lift my spirits, or I don't love the way that my outfit is looking today, it's always the jewelry that completes it for me. My sister and I, we don't wear the same size shirts, we wear the same size earrings, and we switch them up all the time. It's where all the joy comes from. I have to sadly give the update on one of my favorite children of the day here. If you were lucky enough to be able to grab this,
just as a collector, and here again, that's something that we'll never make again. I mean, you got the one and only deal on that, which is, again, that's the most expensive turquoise that I currently own.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a deal there. Well, we're coming up on something else that has a perfect 5-star review. Clearance
so the
price.
the mystery deal?
Yes,
okay.
Clearance price, 40% off. Bad news is we only have about 7 dozen left total to go around. Here, oh my goodness. How stunning. The chalcedony and spiny oyster. 18-inch necklace here, home for $24. I mean, perfectly reviewed, taking off, what is that, $80, home for $24. This is so beautiful, Jade. I mean, who designed this piece?
This was one of mine.
Okay.
Okay, so here again,
I'm glad your wife keeps you honest, but this is inspired.
No,
this is beautiful.
This is contemporary. Again, it's one of the few times that I've combined. This is a great look, but it's one of the few times I've combined these materials, and you can see what I was talking about earlier. So you see the hints of orange, you also see the hints of redness. The thing that really makes this unique and very special is when you see the design and you look at it, it's really cool that you love the design, or you go, wow, that's really a good look. The color combination is very, very drawing to me. But what I really think about when I have a design like this is what it really took to manufacture this, to create this.
Right.
And here again, think about this black chalcedony. This material is extremely hard, guys. I mean, it is hard. The only way you can cut it is with diamond equipment. It is that hard. So for the lapidaries to actually take and carve out, so they cut the blank for the chalcedony, then they've actually taken a diamond Dremel, they cut that inlay portion out, and then they precisely cut that spiny oyster to make that inset like that. And I mean, it really is truly perfection. And I'm very, very proud of really the ability that our artists have to create something like that.
And here's another, we can say exclusive carefully. This is the...
I don't know anybody in the Western Hemisphere that has this turquoise.
Look
Heavenly
at the
Well Lake,
color.
stupid price. And here again, guys, just the cost of the raw material. This is all natural turquoise. There's it's not dyed, it's not enhanced. It's really a unique color. Every one of that's all natural. Every bit of that is all completely natural. And this is something that we brought, and the reason I brought this in, this is brand new for the event. The only reason I brought this in was the fact that I was able to do it for such a great price. Wow. So that's why I brought it in, and then they've knocked the price down even on something that's brand new.
$99.98, that is a $20 flex pay on the necklace, $12 flex payment on the drop earrings that have those 4 pieces of 8 total of the turquoise. It's nearly impossible to find. We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we have some of my very favorites and even a few more of our mystery deals. We'll be right back.
Hey there. Let's chat about getting some of the best deals on the things you love. Because when you're an HSN card VIP, the perks are all yours. And who doesn't love extra perks? Like 12 to 18-month VIP financing on select items, plus extra flex on items that you love all day, every day. And HSN card VIPs enjoy extra perks. Oh, if you apply today and if approved, you can get $15 off your order. So, are you ready to jump in? Give them a ring or visit hsn.com.
In honor of National Military Appreciation Month, HSN is supporting the Foundation for Women Warriors, a nonprofit organization dedicated to honoring and empowering the women veterans community. The foundation works to enhance the personal and economic well-being of veterans by providing financial education, professional development, and mentorship. Join us in support of our women veterans. In May, HSN will match customer donations up to $75,000.
Celebrate and shop National Streaming Week, only on HSN's free TV streaming service, QVC Plus and HSN Plus, May 19th through the 27th. Stream curated collections of groundbreaking original series, can't miss deals, and more. Plus, don't miss the Season 2 premiere of Busy This Week, May 21st at 10 p.m. Eastern. There's so much to discover, so join the party, only on QVC Plus and HSN Plus. Download the free TV app or visit plus.hsn.com to start streaming now.
We are back here, and before we show everything lovely to adorn your neck and your hands and your wrists and your ears, let's also adorn our beautiful faces with Clinique. It's Clinique month here at HSN, and it's actually almost over, so you have your last few days here of free shipping on all Clinique. All you have to do is search Clinique on hsn.com or the app, and we have special prices, a couple really fun sets, some exclusive deals there. And how am I supposed to look at that Clinique when I see this much aquamarine on my neck? It baffles the mind. Jay.
Isn't that crazy?
Jay.
I love it.
Oh my goodness, this is 18 inches of aquamarine. You have square and cushion cut stones strung together in your V-shaped silhouette, the cylindrical bead accents here. Of course, you have your 925 hook, but okay. I mean, it's everybody's favorite color tone. The amount of facets, the amount of carats, the amount of aquamarine. Now, what did you just say that you saw a little pair of aquamarine earrings?
Yeah, I was just, I have friends, like if you do what I do for a living, I have a lot of friends in the jewelry business and a lot of jewelry stores. And I was looking for a pair of aquamarine studs for a friend of ours. Oh. And so I went in and I saw what he was selling them for, and I thought, really, seriously? And he wouldn't even give me a discount. He said, no, like a pair of post earrings in sterling silver, nice aqua, don't get me wrong, not any better grade than this, and they were $79. And
maybe half of one of these beads.
Oh, wouldn't even like that. I mean, you took one of the round faceted beads. If you took one of the round faceted beads and cut that in half. So here's what I'm proud of this. Okay, this is one of my designs. This is textbook J. King. Okay, again, I'm not saying over top designer, but it's things that I design for everyday wear. I mean, everyday thing that you could that you could wear anytime. There's no, you could wear this to dress up with, you could dress it down with this, whatever you want to do. This is, could be, you know, for what you're paying for, it can be something just really casual. I want you to realize what you're getting for your buck here, though, okay? This is all natural aqua. Some a really super nice grade of aquamarine. When I first started doing aqua in my line, my first aquamarine connections were in Brazil. And if you shopped with me back in the day when you first saw, you saw that I didn't really do, I didn't even have the ability to do a design like this. Most of the aqua that I used were aqua chips, and I would put them in waterfall necklace. I would use them as accent colors, but you would never see any big free forms or big facets like this because it just doesn't exist. Can you buy it? Yes. Do I have the connections? Yes. The price would be like through the roof. This material is so expensive in this grade, in the raw material. Then I found an aquamarine resource high in the mountains of northwestern China. Actually, it was in a mountain. If you went over the top of the mountain, we used to have photos of it. If you went over the top of the mountain, you were in Pakistan. The people were really strange looking. They almost had like they almost look almost like a Mongolian kind of feature to them. A really very unique of form of aquamarine, but it was more of a white, more of a nice blue, but kind of washed out. I lost that resource totally. There is no more of that material. So I was so excited. I can't tell you how excited I was when I first made contact with this particular miner. This miner also mines my pink sapphire. And that's how I got to know him. I got to know him, and this was something he discovered later. This is, I have to tell you, what I feel is one of the finest natural aquamarine materials that actually the raw material that is out there right now. And the only reason that we could design things like this in this size and come at this price is because we are buying directly right from the mining resource.
That's right.
There's no middlemen on this. I mean, this material is the kind of material that is facet grade that you're going to primarily see. Very rarely you see it in sterling. Normally you're going to see this grade. You'll only see it in 14 karat, 10 karat, 14 karat, 18 karat gold jewelry.
That's right.
You're not going to see it. Very seldom do you see it in silver. So what I've done here is given you this large, big, bold look. Look at the grade of the aqua, especially the center free forms that I've done. Look at the grade of that aquamarine where the three in the bottom, they are really have that super, super nice blue color to it. That's all natural. They're not radiated, they're not enhanced. There's no heat treat to these. This is cut from the real deal. And this is brand new. You're just getting to see it for the very first time. You are the first ones to get to see this.
$40 off for that launch price. I think that the price at the $209, absolute steal. Absolute steal. I would not have expected to have all of these stunning stations here for the price. If it was just the beaded necklace, it would still be a fantastic time to invest in what Jay has found, which is truly one of the mine finds of the day. This much aquamarine, and if you want the bracelets to match, oh my goodness, well over half off. You're getting 3 bracelets home for $10. You have the aquamarine, the blue lace agate, and the blue opal. I'll show you here on my hand. Jay, this is ridiculous. This is a try me steal price. It's a take home price. All 3 together. Look how beautifully they look with this necklace here. So that would bring your flex pay to about $44 for the entire suite. Remember, this will be a $34 flex pay. Our 5 flex expires today. This price is going to go back to over $200. I think if you love blue, if you love aquamarine, if you have always been dying to bring a little bit more of it into your collection, you will not find a better price or anything quite so beautiful in this color and luster than what we have here today. I mean, I was telling him off air, I said, what happened? How did you do this? How did you do this?
And here again, you know, Natasha's got a GIA certificate, so that makes her more of an expert. But I will tell you right now with this, right? Like, I guarantee that was on your test, right? Like natural aquas, because the GIA deals with a lot of gemstones. And aquamarine is one of the things that 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 you study, because it is
yes.
in the semi-precious, in a gem, kind of a gemmy form of beryl.
Well, and some of these that I'm looking they're so incredible quality, I would have been not even shocked at all by an $800 price tag on that. That would have been oh look, a good deal, $800. One more mystery deal here, 5 dozen left of these. And wait till you see the size of the pendant. This is the African Rainbow Chalcedony. Pendant necklace, so beautiful. We have, yes, just 66 left of these. How gorgeous, Jay. Look at the silver work on this pendant. Again, no one else will have anything quite like this. Real one-of-a-kind pieces here today.
Okay, I want you to think about the rarity of this material. Okay, this is African Rainbow Chalcedony. I was attracted just, this is art, Mother Nature's art. These are materials like this. Chalcedonies, you're gonna find this, okay? Chalcedonies come in every single color of the rainbow plus, right? This is a rainbow chalcedony. So it's got not just, it's not just one color, it's got a effervescence, a rainbow of colors in it. This material, I guarantee you, you can't, this is not commercially available. You're not gonna see it. I got this from somebody who got it with a pick and shovel, okay? In South Africa. I bought like 5 barrels of that material, and that's one of the few designs we ever did in it.
Oh my goodness, I love it. One day I just want to go to a party at your house and see everyone who shows up. I want to meet these people. Are we ready for the bracelet I've been wearing? I know a lot of you have been interested as I've been wearing this lapis and how gorgeously it has been pairing with the other bracelets that are just about sold out today. This is sterling silver, your choice of lapis or turquoise. And don't you just love this color of this turquoise?
And here again, if you're a collector, if you like things that are unique, if you like things that are different, you like things that are really, really rare, this is Alicia turquoise. Okay, it comes from the Sonoran Desert of Mexico. I've owned this particular raw material for well over 25 years. The only way you can buy it is from private collectors. What I really love about this, and I love about this design, is think about this. Okay, so the silver, do you see where we've made the silver casing? And then the bead rotates inside of it. So it's actually a new look, a new way of doing this. It's not just your same old stretch style bracelet. There's a lot that went into it. We actually, when we first designed this, we designed it to be a Today Special, just to kind of give you a little inside skinny on this. Wow. And we decided, wanted to do it as a Today Special, but I just could not hit the price point. And so now they hit the price point, and they're doing that. But I couldn't do that. There's so much work that goes into making one of these. If you think just about the labor cost, the lapis, here again, this is made from that super, super high. This is not a denim grade.
No, this is one of the prettiest lapis bracelets I've seen.
This is the old natural lapis, and these were round beads that we had previously cut. And this was one of the colors. We were going to do it in the Alicia turquoise. We were going to do it in the lapis, and I believe that we did this. Offered it also in like a black chalcedony. Those were the primary 3 colors. We never were able to produce it as a Today Special. We couldn't hit the price point. These are brand new, exclusive. You're getting to see them for the very, very first time. It's just not only a great look, it's a very unique look for a stretch bracelet in 2 really, really unique materials, especially the turquoise. Here again, this is Alicia turquoise. This material I've had for well over 25 years. You can't even buy this material. It's just not available. I got this back in the day when they were still mining this material in Sonora. The mine's been closed forever. There is no raw material. There is no rough material. You don't even see it. In most collections, it's very rare that somebody will have a piece of Alicia turquoise. So something that is truly collectible, totally unique.
You know, it's reminiscent of a tennis bracelet. Because you have that amount.
It kind of has that feel to it.
It does.
And here again, the very first time that we've actually made a sterling silver. Think about this, where you have a sterling silver setting, and then you've got the round sphere of the material that rotates with inside of it. And so those will actually rotate. So it's that splash of silver, that
Yes.
splash of color that goes back to the stone. So it's like having a sterling silver bracelet, like a link bracelet that's been inlaid, but it's three-dimensional. Something that's really kind of a new, fresh look. And you're just getting to see it for the very first time. Nobody's ever seen this before at a great price point.
Oh, you're gonna love these. You are going to love these. These are so beautiful. When you put this on, it feels unlike any, I mean, it doesn't feel like a stretch bracelet. It's like you search for the clasp. It really does have a tennis bracelet quality, beautiful shine, the most stunning lapis quality I have seen, easily $400 of lapis here. This is what happens when you know the guy who knows the guy who knows the guy.
Well, you know what I love about this? Even as a guy, okay, which I tend to classify myself in that, right? Almost to the point where, you know, like it drives my wife a little nuts, right? Because you know, I'm that typical guy. I do typical guy things, which, you know, as a woman, you know that typical guy things drive you crazy, right? As a typical guy, do you know what I would wear? I would wear either one of these in a heartbeat.
I hear you.
In a heartbeat. I would wear either one of these in a heartbeat, but I would wear the Alicia Turquoise truly in a heartbeat as a guy, okay? You know, like that is a cool look. I mean, that would just be something I'd throw on. I mean, I really like this. And the cool thing about it, it's not just I don't know why, to be honest with you, I don't know if I would just wear a regular stretch bracelet as a guy. I don't know if I would do that. But this, with the silver presence and the way this is, I would wear this in a heartbeat. I think it really, really looks cool. It looks unique and very, very different. So,
my
again,
goodness.
you know, and that's what you want. I mean, don't you want things that are unique? Don't you want things that are different? Don't you want things that you just don't see every day? Or that, you know, I think one of the reasons that we've had the opportunity and had a wonderful following for 30 years. When I think about that, you know, just the joy and pleasure of being able to do what I love for 30 years and be able to bring these. And then you have things like this that are really, I think that's why people tune in, is that you know that you're going to tune in, you're going to see something that's unique, that's different, that you've never seen before. And in this case, these are brand new, these are exclusive. And again, to go back to the materials here, so you have that beautiful high blue lapis. This is not a denim lapis, that's a natural Afghani lapis that comes out of the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan. And then the thing that's really, really trick here and really is unique and very different, and this is highly collectible, guys, highly collectible, is the Alicia Turquoise.
Yes.
And that comes out of the Sonoran Desert, but they quit mining it over 20 years ago. I've had that material for 25 years.
Oh my goodness.
When they were still mining it and they still had it. They are no longer mining that. And that was all, it was all sea foam. It was all nugget material. It comes in a kaolin deposit. So they actually mine most of the material that came from that region. Like most of the material, the turquoise is mined in the Sonoran area. It all is in nugget form. So really a nice, soft, unusual, unique green, or like a tealy blue color to it. It had a very unusual material. A lot of it almost was like an emerald green. But it's, again, I use this material very sparingly, but it is one of the natural materials that I still have. I don't have a lot of it, but I still have workable quantity.
And the silver, I mean, every other bead has these stunning silver, almost like the gyroscope rotation that you can tell is that silver work and the creativity that only Jay would come up with. By the way, I know that a lot of you are peeking at this little ring because it is the matching set. The extra $20 on Flex will get you the ring. And here is why people are grabbing both colors, because the ring has both colors in them. This is not two rings, it's one ring.
If you look at it,
it's
kind of like a bypass design.
It is.
So that it gives you a little flexibility on sizing on it.
Oh my
goodness. And again,
goodness.
you got the combination of that super high grade. And then in the ring, we used we were able to really color sort really good, and we were actually used the Alicia Turquoise, but we used more of a kind of a blue color. So it's and the blue was to go back. We didn't make this to be a matching piece. We did this as a standalone piece.
But how do you not?
Reality.
How do you not put the top hat on when you're wearing the tuxedo?
No, you could do that. I'm not saying you can't wear it as a set, but with the ring, if you want to buy that, what makes it unique and different is the Alicia Turquoise. Very, very little of the material was really that really high blue, clear blue. So you've got the real high clear blue back to the blue lapis.
Yep, and we are down to the 100s in that lapis, and I also believe now the 100s in the Alicia Turquoise on the bracelets. I've never seen something. I love the way you are able to create just that wonderful bit of luster where we normally don't expect it. The way you did it with the butterscotch amber too, so creative. Your use of silver is unmatched, and if you are looking at this bypass ring here, I believe this is very limited as well. We have sizes 5 through 12. It's 925. And yes, you do have your blue, green, turquoise, look how pretty, and your lapis there. Launch home for $20. But when you pair it with these, which by the way, you can see the sparkle and you can see the, I think I might actually be a little hypnotized by these bracelets.
Well, what I like about them is they're simple, but it's something different, like in a stretch bracelet. I mean, it's really kind of like taking it up a notch, right? So you've got a look, a standard look, but you've taken it up a notch. You know, it's something kind of different. The ring, here again, even though these are made from Alicia Turquoise and Afghani lapis, they're made for, this was made as a standalone ring, just an everyday ring that you could wear. I love the bypass design.
And it's beautiful.
I didn't design this, but this is something I could have designed. This is one of my artists that actually put this together. I love the use of the colors that they've done here. And again, with the Alicia material that was selected for this is more on the bluer side. So it's, you know, the Alicia material for the most part was anywhere from like a light soft green, like an emerald green. Very little of the material was actually a really high blue. So this was some of the rarer material, the rarer color for it.
But Jay, what if I added this?
Chilean.
Because look how pretty. It takes whatever color you put near it.
No, I would wear it, okay. And what I love with that is, okay, feathers, and you know, I'm not going to get into the mystery of feather, but there's whole stories and stuff on feathers. If you ever look at, you know, I grew up in the Southwest, right? I grew up in northern New Mexico, southern Colorado. That's, you know, that's where my family's from. That's where, you know, where I was born and raised, more or less. Well, I was born in Eureka, Kansas, but I moved when I was 6 months old to New Mexico. So I always considered that I really am New Mexican, okay? So I always considered that home. But I grew up in that region, and all of our family is from that region. So but feathers have so many stories to them. So that's when every time I see that cuff, I think about all the feather stories that I know, all the lore. There's so much Native American lore to feathers, and feathers in their designs. So it's not Native American, but there's so many stories that I associate back to that.
Well, and then bringing this back to these beautiful stretch bracelets and the ring, that's another thing that, you know, it's occurring to me as I'm seeing it. One of the reasons that I'm falling so in love is it invites your silver jewelry. It invites stacking with your silver cuffs. It invites stacking with your silver and your turquoise. When you have these two beautiful colors together, it will bring out the color of whatever else you may be pairing, especially the beautiful feathers. I don't know how many of these feathers we have left, though. I know they were very limited. I hate to tease something that might be almost sold out, but I'll get an answer from Dre, my producer here, whether or not I was rude to show you that feather.
Okay, so here's another key factor on this. Do you see this is a bypass? So there are actually two different rings put together here. So that gives you the ability, so if you have trouble sizing your rings, or if you want something that you can wear on different fingers, see the bypass design?
Oh, it's a true bypass.
So, yes.
Oh, because they so... Well,
it's the name bypass.
Well, you know, sometimes
they call them bypass, and then they're stuck together, which they aren't bypassing, right?
It is a huge pet peeve of mine. Just
it's different where it's like it's shipped in the night.
My hands expand. I want my ring to expand, thank you.
Okay, so this is a true bypass design. Good point, though, because a lot of times they'll say bypass, but they're actually soldered together. So no, they aren't a bypass design.
Yes.
So this this gives you the ability, especially if you want to wear things on, you know, like maybe the same ring, but you want to wear it on different fingers, different sizes. This is something you can easily do. Now, I'm not saying that you want to resize it every time you're doing this, but it's something that if you did want to wear this on an index finger, or if you want to wear it on a ring finger, it's quite capable. And especially if you're a person who is half sizes and has trouble fitting, it's a great ring design for that.
Excellent point there. $20 to get home. What a beautiful wristscape here between that and the stunning bracelets. Here's the cuff. But if you love, love, love silver, I mean, my goodness, if you love, love, love silver, this lapis pendant, which we all, if you're seeing here, also has the matching earrings. We have 105 total of these pendants and 108 of the earrings. It will be $62 to get the suite home. Now the pendant here, I do believe it is just the pendant, but we do have—
it doesn't come with the chain.
No, but we have a wonderful 20-inch silver necklace that's home for $8 right now that we'll show you in a moment here. I love this chain. So if you do want to grab for an extra $8 flex pay, a great chain that we have in addition there. But again, some of the most stunning lapis that we've seen. And I love the amount of silver we're getting on this.
This is brand new. This is one of my gallery artists. Like I said, there's 4 of us. Everything that you see on the MindFind show is designed by us in-house. Everything is manufactured. Everything is created in-house. It's the very rare exception that that we purchase anything, or if I get some kind of opportunity buy, I always let you know that. These are definitely done in-house by our silversmiths and by our lapidaries. What these feature though, okay, it's a brand new look. These sterling silver settings that you're seeing here, these are all handcrafted and done by us. You can't go buy these anywhere. So this isn't something you're gonna find in a findings catalog, or go to a jewelry store and they'll show you all the different castings or something that they have. These are all individually hand created from scratch. What really puts this over the top, I love the design, I love this contemporary look, something unique, something totally different. That, you know, that you're able to have something that's kind of big and bold, that, especially with earrings though, that is not so heavy that they're uncomfortable, right? So you get to have that really kind of big look, but they're also wear friendly. And then what we've done is accented, and here again, remember I said, this is all AAA, AA grade lapis. This is Afghani. This material just does not exist in the marketplace. This is material that this material that you're looking at here, I could have had for well over 20 years.
Wow.
This is material that we sorted out, that we kept back. When you see this grade of lapis, normally you're looking at a piece of gold, right? Nobody really puts this grade of lapis, and usually, to be honest with you, that it's natural like this, that they would, the cost of it would be cost prohibitive, that they would only put it in gold. They would never want to put it in silver. These are the things that we can do. Again, brand new, exclusive, just made for this show. Believe it or not, made for this show, for this time of year. And this is a brand new launch, and you're getting to see it for the very, very first time. These are really limited. We don't make thousands of them. There's just a few hundred of them when we do, and we only do it one time, and we never do it again. So we never bring back these gallery looks.
And look at the size. I mean, you're really looking at just shy of 2 inches here on this drop, on this pendant. I'm gonna just squeeze right in here. Look at that. Oh,
and here again, this chain is just for the purpose, and it's just for the display. I would put it on a much larger chain, and we have them available, or if you don't already have one. So we were just emphasizing the pendant here.
Yep, and the 20-inch curb link chain necklace that we do have on sale right now, home for $8, I think would be a wonderful addition to it. Now, before we get on to what I just put on, where, Jay, I literally, my eyes rolled back in my head when I put on this necklace, but we're not talking about it just yet. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is our last mystery. Oh, we might have saved the best mystery.
And I have to tell you, Natasha, nobody has ever, why they've never, do you know how many times we've done these 5 and 5s and they have the box and you struggle with getting it out of the box, and I still don't know what it is. I have no idea what's under that. Honest to God, I have no idea what's going on under that. But that is so creative. I mean, and I hate to steal your idea, but I'm definitely stealing your idea.
I love it. I popped my I head into the producers meeting, I said, can we put a drape over a form instead of using those boxes?
That is really a creative
Jay,
idea.
think of me forever as you do
Okay,
this, okay?
okay.
Here is our last mystery deal of the day, perfectly reviewed. Oh my goodness, only 4 dozen left of these. $130 off. I can't even finish my words.
And here again,
Oh my goodness.
I mean, think about this. Okay, so this is
Are you
Ukrainian
kidding?
amber, and I'm not really sure, but I would, if looking at this, I would guess that this is probably Azure Peaks, or
Yes, I think.
is it Azure Peaks?
I'm gonna double check on the. Yes, it is Azure Peaks Turquoise. You're exactly right.
And the only reason I say that is because I work with this a lot. This is, I wasn't expecting this. This is Ukrainian amber, so this is a natural amber. This is what it's kind of a root beer color to it. And then this is that Art Nouveau. Now, I want you to think about this. That's actually inlaid in amber. So the turquoise is actually inlaid in amber. Amber, and if you want to think about the difficulty of this, just the inlay process of this, of course, this is totally wearable art. But when you really think about this, if you, as a manufacturer, you have two things here that are totally two different materials to polish. The turquoise is much harder than the amber. The amber has to be buffed with leather, and leather only, because you can't get it hot, right? If you get it hot, it dulls it. It will not take a polish. So, you know, and then with the turquoise, you have to polish it a different way. So just to be able to actually finish this is really somebody who's highly, highly skilled.
And we are hearing it is already going to sell out. We have 3 dozen left
Okay,
of those.
like-
Item number 878192. If you want to grab that amber and turquoise inlay necklace, getting it home for $28, which, as Jay would say, is stupid. Jay.
Okay, this is beyond
How
stupid.
in
no,
the
I didn't
world?
do this. Okay, I didn't do this.
Who did
This
you
is
rob,
completely
Jay?
stupid. No. Well, and look at the grade of this Tanzanite. And remember I was talking about earlier that if we ever get something from someone, I always tell you, right?
Yes.
And I call these opportunity buys,
Oh, yeah.
right? In this case, I'm buying from somebody who is direct right from the mine. The mining resource. This is a friend of mine that I've known forever and ever and ever. He's a person who every now and then, you know, I get him to cough up some Tanzanite rough, right? But he is a really well-known name in the industry. And they sell Tanzanite, and they sell it to really, really high-end stores. They had actually done a project for somebody. They had cut it. It's a nice grade. I put this deal together when I was in Tucson at the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show this year. They had these cut. The person who was supposed to buy them didn't show up, and so didn't come around. They would have had to take them back and export them back into the country of origin on these, and it would have cost them a fortune. So, not that I wanted to squeeze him, okay, but you know, they brought the offer to me. It wasn't good enough. Even the offer that he gave me originally was a stupid deal. But I said, no, I really right now, I just can't do it. And so he gave me basically made an offer that we couldn't refuse. I bought them. When these are gone, they're gone, guys. Let me tell you something. I have a lot of Tanzanite rough right now, okay? I've got quite a bit. I made a big purchase about 2 years ago, and we're sourcing right now. We're in the process of grading it, really getting down to the nitty gritty. This is all AA, at least minimum AA. There is some AAA grade material in this. The lowest grade you're going to find in this is A, but most of it is all AA material. Has that beautiful color, has that beautiful sparkle. You couldn't even buy this necklace, honest to goodness. You couldn't get a Tanzanite necklace in this size, in this bead, in this quality, especially this quality, for even, you couldn't buy this wholesale. If you tried to go buy this wholesale, you couldn't purchase this wholesale for what they're showing it for right now. So of all the deals that you've seen in this 2 hours, this is beyond reality. This is something that, to tell you the truth, Tanzanite, just so you know, 1,000 times rarer than diamond, 1,000 times one resource area. There's only about 4 mining operations. This material was found, released in 1967. This is a unique form of zoisite. Actually, it's a blue zoisite. But
wow.
they, of course,
Jay.
they named it Tanzanite.
I thought you robbed someone. And in a way, maybe you did. I'm so happy that man must have had one too many beers the night before and didn't show up.
No,
the
they
next day.
just didn't want to take the
No, not
material
him, the
back.
one that didn't show up.
Oh, the guy that didn't show up. Well, I think what it was the person that was supposed to buy this is a big wholesaler. I actually know who they are.
Oh,
and
my
I think
goodness.
that, that they had a few things, few problems, and they weren't able to make it. But literally, this is what I call an opportunity buy. You look at this on Ange, every one of them, it's got that beautiful, nice, deep purple. And again, a lot of this Tanzanite material that you're getting right now, is this color, but what they're doing is they're heat treating it, right? They're irradiating it. And that's how they're bringing out the density and bringing out the color. In this, it's all natural color. And so even, like I said, this is below, even the price they're selling to now is below, well below wholesale value. I mean, you'll never, and this is one of those things that you'll treasure forever and that will get handed down from generation to generation. You'll never lose the value of Tanzanite.
No, in fact, if anything, it's going to continue to go up and up and up. This is what we're finding. Tanzanite is incredibly difficult to find. We get so thrilled when we have one or two of these stones. Imagine owning a whole universe of Tanzanite across your décolletage. This is the most impressive deal of the 2 hours. You're lucky if you're tuning in at this point. $150 off on that necklace. The bracelet, by the way, 20% off, home for $56. But truly, this bead necklace, all faceted, stunning Tanzanite, and we're getting it home for $40. Our lines are very busy, so of course, if you want to speak with someone, stay on the line with us, and we'll be sure to get to you. But if you want to find